Hello there. I want to talk about this song, Hurricane. I believe that it is deeply inspired by the same thing that I am perceiving. So many artists are beginning, not only artists, but people are talking um, unconsciously about something which is in relation to the sun, and it's in relation to a hurricane, or as I like to call it, a cyclone. Okay, I would rather say cyclone than hurricane, okay, just so you know. And um, so this music, so I knew what to paint for quite some time now. Uh, but this music was released, and I understood, yeah, of course it is like this, okay. So um, you know, I like to say that it's a play, this this reality is a bit of a play, okay. And what I first we're going to listen to the beginning of this song, and I'm going to show you something, because look at what she is singing. Okay, look at this.
Writer of my symphony, play with me, look into my eyes and see.
Yeah, so she is literally talking about that. Lighter of my symphony, play with me, look into my eyes and see. Okay, so this is this is actually, so this is later in the song, but the feel that I get from her song is exactly like I, like I've been talking about, and many others, that the sun, you know, sure, the sun is yin yang, but from our perspective, from here, from where we are, you could say that the sun is male, but in reality, it is, I don't know everything, okay, but um, in some sense it is male, in some sense, just like people are saying in when it comes to symbology. I'm rambling right now. I want to get to the point, okay. The point is, what I'm drawing is something that is perceived not only by me, okay. I'm not the only one perceiving this thing that I'm painting. The difference is that I'm aware of perceiving it. I'm aware of the pattern, okay? Because I'm the pattern guy, I'm the fractal guy. So I'm aware of what I'm seeing. Contrary to these real artists, maybe you know, these real artists that are singing, they don't know why. They just make good lyrics. They just make good songs, okay? And they don't know why they do it. It's because it is a symphony. It is a play. And so it becomes good, okay? But in this case, it's about something that is storming. So this is the music video. As you saw from the beginning, she has, when she sings about this, she has the sun behind her, right? Lighter of my symphony, play with me. Okay, it's a play. But and you see that then there is the storm. So you have kind of the solar cyclone going on, and you're going to see this in. I'm going to play a clip where the sun. So this is later in the song, and the sun is shown directly in connection to this storm, you see. And this is what I'm perceiving also, this solar, and I made it into an eclipse also, right? I draw it as an eclipse because I've been getting this pirate symbolism. Pirate. And a pirate is someone that covers the eye. And so the black covering of something becomes like an eclipse. Okay, that's my interpretation. And because so let's just listen to this, and you will see for yourself how this storm is connected to the sun. Okay, look at this. Listen to this. Listen to the lyrics and so on. Okay.
Hold me again. I'm still broken from this hurricane. This hurricane.
So from storm, there's a storm in the center, right? We're going to look at it without any music now because I don't want. Sorry, we're going to look at this without any music because there's a risk that otherwise that something happens, you see. So first there is a storm, and then the storm is circling them. You see here it's again a storm, and then directly you see the sun, because in fact what is there, there is a solar. This is exactly what I'm painting, and that's why I got a bit you know, it's wonderful to be able to understand art and to understand music, and that's actually what this is, you know. um, Seeing the pattern of reality means to be able to appreciate art, music, and movies, you know. I can appreciate things more, I believe, than others because of my because I see the holistic picture, you know. And so from my perspective, you know, I already knew about this, and then she makes then there is this music about it where the storm is there, the spiral is here, and the sun, you know. And so I'm not, and then she also mentions, right, this lighter of my symphony, play with me, you know. Yeah. So yeah, I recommend you to see this music video, and um, yeah, I just wanted to tell about this the fact that I'm not the only one perceiving this. Some of you guys that I'm subscribed to, you mention this without knowing it, okay? You speak in riddles. Your little bird inside of you sings, okay? And it tells me about these things. You see what I mean? So, yeah. And some of you guys that are, you know, I see I see your riddles, you know, some of you guys that I'm subscribed to. And I don't listen to your channel because of what you're saying, actually. I'm listening to your channel because because of the things that you're not even aware of. Okay, most of the things that I'm subscribed to, I don't listen to what you expect me to listen to. Okay, I listen to the unconscious communicating. Okay, and um, and on a shallow level, it's demeaning. If you know, it's demeaning because I'm not listening to what you're saying, but deeper, deeper down, it's good, right? I'm listening to something within. Okay, that's what I'm interested in, and so this thing within is singing as like the sun itself, you know, the sun, which is God, right? So I'm trying to listen to that thing inside of other people, which is a representation of God, okay, and the sun. And I'm seeing that, I'm perceiving it, and I am aware of it, you know. These other artists, they also perceive it, but they are not aware of it. Okay, they perceive something, they can feel it. They don't know why, they can't explain it. But I can. Okay, I can explain it. I can tie things together if I wanted to into a presentation, which is big and weird. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to tell you that artists and people are talking about this. Okay. Um, you like Square Peg. She had a T-shirt with circles on them, and I saw these circles as almost looking like a spiral. Okay, almost. You could imagine that these circles that are next to each other, they are a representation of a spiral, but not really, but almost. And so these decisions that people are not aware of, I'm listening to them. Okay, I'm looking at it, and you could imagine that it brings paranoia and chaos into me, but I don't feel that way. Okay, you could imagine that I would feel that way, but I don't. um, there is no um, there is no noise in my mind. Okay, and I'm very happy about that. But um, these patterns are there, and people do things, people talk about things that they are not aware of, and they do it in this orchestra together. Okay, in this symphony together, and yeah, and I'm making it into art because um, it's a way of expressing myself, and that's what art is supposed to be. It's supposed to be a way of expressing yourself, and I'm desperate about expressing myself because after a while it becomes maybe a bit lonely to know things that people don't, and no one, um, it's not admitted to be true, and so on. Yeah, you know what? Um, and so what happens is that I I I don't accept it. You know, I don't accept being ignored, and so on. And so I express myself more uh, more concretely. Okay, art, you cannot deny what is painted, and so maybe you can deny what is said. Okay, you can ignore what is said, but a picture, it's harder to deny. And so that's why I am drawing, because um, yeah, simply a way of expressing myself. Um, so it's not only square peg, people mention things. I listened to what was decode your reality, okay? Decode your reality has a giant ego, okay? Giant ego, okay? He's lost. He's a bit lost in my opinion, but he has a little bird inside that I can hear, okay? There is there is a godly presence in him also, and I can see it and I can perceive it. And he mentions um, um, cyclone. He mentions cyclone in his latest video. Something he mentions the word, cyclone, something similar to that. A machine or something was a cyclone, something. Okay, and I know directly that, okay, he mentions it because somewhere deep down there is a bird singing inside the code, Jason from Decode Your Reality, and I can see it. I can see through his giant ego, okay? And it's just one example, but I'm happy to be able to see these things. But it would be good to, I don't know, to people to know about it, that this is how it is, okay? Um, so and so on, okay? People talk about things, but they're not aware of it, okay? So deep down, many people already know about this, what I'm painting, okay? And uh, I'm getting emotional. I think it's because this guy, Decode Your Reality, he has such a giant ego, but at the same time there is something inside there which is very bright, okay? And um, I have mixed feelings about him, very mixed feelings. But I can see him talking. I write a comment, and he responds to me. Jason on Decode Reality responds to me. There is nothing. He responds to me. There is nothing in my presentation that I didn't intend to be there. That's so unwise to say like that. That's not true. Even in my presentations, there are things that I'm not aware of. And uh, he's just trying to maintain an appearance of being in control, and being not vulnerable. He's a tough guy. He seems like a tough guy, this Jason, but in reality he's vulnerable just like everyone else. But his ego protects him from that, from his vulnerability. And so he says things like, oh, everything I said was intended and within my conscious awareness, right? And it irritates me because I know that's not the case. If that would be the case, I wouldn't listen to his channel, because his channel is not always something that, he doesn't he doesn't present everything in the way that is correct, okay? Everything, I don't agree with everything that he's saying, definitely not. And but at the same time, I cannot ignore the fact that there is a little bird singing there. I cannot ignore it. Through the vanity, through his vanity sings a bird. Yes, It does. Okay, I'll end this video now. Bye bye.